Hello everyone, welcome to Career Launcher and this is Shashank. So today we are going to continue with the series 25 must-do DILR sets, and in this we have covered I think almost all the sets that were promised. So now since the last session we started doing bonus sets. So this is bonus set 2, CAT 2023 slot 3. Okay. Now let's see what does this set says. It says that an air conditioner company has 4 dealers, D1, D2, D3, and D4 in the city. Okay, it is evaluating sales performance of these dealers. The company sells 2 variants of AC, window split, and both variants can be either inverter or non-inverter type. It is also known that the total number of AC sold in the city 25%. Okay, there is a lot of other information. Actual numbers are given after this. So I am just so till now I know there are 4 dealers: D1, D2, D3, D4, and D4, and there are window, there are split, there are inverter, there are non-inverter. So basically inverter and non-inverter are going to be in both categories, windows as well as split. And after that, a lot of numbers that are given to us, a lot of information that is given to us. So before we start, what is the first thing that we should do? Before we start making a table and start putting numbers in the table, what is the first thing we should do? Can someone tell me? So before the start of making a table, what is the arrangement that must be done? So before I put down any number, before I make any table, the first thing that I am going to do is to read the questions. Now, the first question is how many split inverter? Okay. What percent of AC sold were non-inverter? Okay. What is the total number of AC sold by D2 and D4? Fair point. D1 and D3 together, which of the statements are necessarily false? Okay, fair point. Now, fifth question says, if D3 and D4 sold equal number of ACs. Now, there is one question that carries the condition of if. It means I can't make the whole table. It means the information that is given to us is incomplete. So there are going to be some cases. So now let's start. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a table. I got D1, I got D2, I got D3, I got D4. 4. Now, what kind of category do I have? We have multiple categories. One is going to be what? And in the end, I'm going to write total. Hello, Sahil. And this is total. We got what? Inverter, non-inverter, and these are the categories in Windows. Then we have same category in split. Then we got inverter, and we got non-inverter, and then we got total. In total, again, we are going to have 2 categories. One is going to be inverter and non-inverter. Okay. Non-inverter. And then I'm going to have this another category where I'm going to write the complete sum. Okay. And whenever, hello Shubham. Now, whenever you see the top values in percentage, never take these values in percentage, always convert these values into the fraction, because that is going to help us understand what are the values. So when I'm going to write, it is known that total number of ACs sold are total 25% were window variant. Okay, so window variant was 1/4. So total, if total is 4x, then window is x. Total sum of window. It means from here I can directly conclude that total number of AC should be multiple of 4. And then split is going to be 3x. So that's why it is important to write the values in terms of fractions as compared to percentages. Now, among the inverter ACs, 20% were window variant. So among the inverter, so total number of inverter are, let's say 5A. Then how many are there? How many of them are window variant? That is going to be A. Okay. So how many are going to be split? That is going to be 4. Okay. This is what we got. Okay. So this is 4A and this is A. We are, am I writing right? Okay. So inverter ACs, that's fine. Okay. Now each dealer sold at least 2 Windows AC. Now it is not saying 2 Windows inverter, 2 Windows non-inverter. So it means this plus this should be greater or equal than 2 for everyone. For D1, for D2, for D3, for D4. The sum of these two values should be greater or equal than 2. This is what it is saying. Okay. Now it says that D1 sold 13 inverter ACs. Okay, so D1 sold 13 inverter ACs. Out of this, there are going to be some, let's say B, and here are going to be 13 minus B or something like this. D3 sold 5 non-inverter ACs. D3 sold 5 non-inverter. This is D3 is selling 5. Okay. So this is the information that I have used. This is the information I have used. So whichever information I use completely, I just cross it so that I don't do it again. A total of 6 window non-inverter ACs. 6 window non-inverter ACs, that is this. And 36 is split inverter ACs. 36 is split. So inverter ACs, that is going to be 36. So 4A is equal to 36. So A is 9. So total sum comes out to be what? 15. This comes out to be what? 45. This comes out to be what? 60. So this comes out to be what? 9, because this is 36, this is 45, so this should be 9. And 5A comes out to be 45 because that is equal to A plus 36, that is going to be 45. So I'm just going to erase it and write it as 45. Okay. I didn't have the space. So I'm going to write it as 45. Okay. Now I'm going to see the question whether I'm getting any answer right now. Now, what percent of AC inverters were non-inverter type? So non-inverter ACs. So what is the total number of ACs? That is going to be 60. Out of 60, how many are inverter? 45. So how many are non-inverter? That is 15. So what percent? 15 out of 60, that is 25%. I got one question very quickly. I didn't spend much time. I got one answer already. Okay. Now, let's see, and this information I have used. The number of split ACs sold by D1, split AC sold by D1. So basically this total value is twice of this total value. Is twice this. So if this total sum in Windows, if it is total sum as X, so this sum is 2X. So total sum is going to be what? Total sum is going to be 3X. So this plus this should be a multiple of 3. So 13 plus 2, 15. 13 plus 5, 18. So any of these numbers are possible, right? So this is also, I know I'm not using it, so I'll keep it for later. D3 and D4 sold equal number of Windows AC. D3 and D4 sold equal number of Windows AC means this sum is equal to this sum. Okay. And this number is 1/3 of this number. Okay. So let me write a little bit over here. Let's say this is total. So basically, if this is B, so this should be 3B. This is what that is telling us. So total sum is going to be what? That is 5B plus something. That is going to be this. Okay. Now, let's say this is D. So what is the total number of window AC? That is going to be D plus 5B. Okay, and that is equal to total number of ACs. That is going to be 15, right? I know one thing, that this plus this, B should be greater or equal than 2 with the help of first statement. So minimum value of B is 2, minimum value of D is 2. Fine. So basically, if I put B equal to 2, so this is going to be 10, D is going to be 5. Okay. So if B is 2, then D is 5. If B is 3, then D is going to be 0. So that's not a possible arrangement. It means B should be what? 2. I got the numbers. So with the help of this, I am actually getting the numbers. So now that's good for us. So this is 2. This total is 2. This next total is also 2. This total is 6. So this is 10. So this value becomes 5. So D1 is selling in total of 5 window ACs, and D3 is selling how many? 6. D2 is selling 6, D3 is selling 2, D4 is selling 2. Now, total number of window AC is half the split AC by D1. Okay. So if this is 5, so this should be 10. This is total, and this should be 10. And total should be 15. Out of 15, this is 3. This is 13. So this should be 2. This is what we got so far. Okay. So this sum comes out to be 15. Now we are going to see to it. Now we have also used this statement. Okay, we have also used this statement. With the help of this statement, I got the numbers. Now D2 and D3 were only ones who sold window non-inverter ACs. Now D2 and D3 were the only dealers who sold window non-inverter AC. It means this non-inverter AC should be 0. This should be 0. So I can say this is 5. This is definitely 2. Now I don't know about this. I don't know about these two. And the number of these ACs sold by D2 was twice the number of ACs sold by D3. So it means if this is 1, this is 3. If this is 2, this is if this is 1, this is 2, this is 2, this is 4. Both the values are possible. Okay. Okay. Now, what does it says? Okay. So I already got 5 plus 2, that is 7, and I need 2 more. Okay. Now, how can I do that? If this is 1, then this will be 1. If this is 1, this is going to be 2, and this is going to be 4. Sum is going to exceed 9. That's not possible. So it means this should be 2, this should be 4, this should be 2, this should be 0. So I got complete arrangement for this. I got complete arrangement for this. So this is 2, this is 4. Arrangement is set. Okay. So I got all those numbers for this. Okay, this information is also used completely. Now D3 and D4 sold equal number of split ACs. So D3 and D4 sold equal number of split inverter ACs. So split inverter ACs means this value, let's say this is C, this is also equal to C, and this number was half of the similar ACs sold by D2, so this should be 2C. Okay. Now there was one statement, D1 sold 13 inverter ACs. So D1 sold 13 inverter ACs. Out of 13, this is 5. So this should be 8. So 8 plus 2C plus C plus C. It means 8 plus 4C. That comes out to be 36. So it means 4C comes out to be what? 28. So C comes out to be what? 7. So I got this. This is 7. This is 7. This is 14. This arrangement is done. Okay, so this sum is going to be 7. Okay, 14 plus 2, that is going to be 16. Okay, then 7 plus 2, that is going to be 9. Okay, can I calculate something else? I have no idea. Now going to see. Okay, now I know here sum is 15, here sum is 12. Okay, and this is 2, this is 0, so this should be 2. Okay, this is also I got. Okay, this is 5, this is 2, so this should be 3. Okay, but still 2 values are missing, and unfortunately, if I am able to fill the table, it means I have done something wrong, because we have one question that contains if. So whatever we have done, I think I'm happy with it. Now let's see. How many split inverter ACs did D2 sell? Split inverter ACs, split inverter ACs. Am I getting the answer? Yes, the answer is 14. Okay. What is the total number of ACs sold by D2 and D4? Okay. So I have no idea about D2 and D4. So D1 and D3 is 27, total is 60. So D2 and D4 should be equal to 33. I got the answer. Okay. This is 33. And D1 and D3 is going to be 27. Okay. Now this says which of the following statement is necessarily false. Okay. D1 and D3 sold more ACs as D2 and D4 together. That itself is false because it is equal to D1 and D3 is 27, D2 and D4 is 33. So definitely this statement is false. So answer of this question is going to be option 4. Now let's start this one. If D3 and D2 sold equal number of ACs, then what is the number of non-inverter ACs sold by D2? Non-inverter ACs sold by D2. Okay. Okay. So this is 12. D3 and D4 should be equal. So this is also 12. This is 9. So this should be 3. This is 0. So this should be 3. Now 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 2, 8. And this should be 1. So what is the non-inverter ACs? That is going to be 4 plus 1. That is equal to 5 for D2. So answer of this question is going to be option 1. That is 5. Am I clear with this set? Yes, no? Just simply what I did, whatever information was given, I have put it in the table with the numbers, and that's it. I didn't do anything else. So everyone understood what is the approach and how to get with this question, how to get the answer of this question, yes or no? Shubham, whenever I am going to solve any question of LR, QA, I don't take the values in percentage because I don't understand what is 20%. I understand 20% is 1 out of 5. In every question, if I say 9.09%, that is 1 by 11, means 1 out of 11. So when you start converting percentages to fractions, things are going to be far more easier for you. Understood? Now let's see 14, 25%, 33, 1, 5. All the answers are right. Okay, now start the next set. Bonus set 3, CAT 2023, slot 3. This one. A, B, C, D, E, and F are 6 police stations in the area which are connected by streets as shown below. T1, T2, T3, T4. There are 4 teams patrol these streets continuously from 9 to 12 each day. The teams need 30 minutes to cross street connecting one police station to another one. 4 teams start from station A and at 9 and return to station A by 12. They can also pass via station A at any point of time. Okay, and the question is not saying they can't go to another station. So basically, they can just go like AC, 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 and still it can be done, or AB, 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 or A, F, E, D, C, A, whatever it is. So they can do any of those things. Now, none of the streets. So basically, what it says, what I am going to do, what I should do in this. So now, what is the next step of solving this set? So what should we do in this particular set after we figured this out? What is the next thing that we should do? I'm asking you. Before I start, my simple question is, what should be done next? Before you do anything, do one thing, read the questions before you pick up anything. First question: which of the following stations is visited largest number of times? How many times do the teams pass through station B? Which team patrols the street connecting stations D and E at 10:15? How many times team 4 passes through station E? How many teams pass through station C in a day? Okay, so basically, I don't think that is going to help us. So what I'm going to do, I'm just simply going to make a table again. So I got four teams, T1, T2, T3, and T4. And the timings that are given to us, one is going to be 9, then 9:30, then 10, then 10:30, then 11, then 11:30, then 12. And this is what we got. Okay. So all of them are starting from A at 9. All of them are ending at A at 12. This is what given. Okay. Now, none of the streets have more than one team traveling along any direction at any time. So, if one team is going from A to C, so second team at the same time cannot be. So, let's say there is one team that is going from 9 to 9:30 from A to C. Now, if let's say T1 is going, so from 9 to 9:30, we can't have T2 either from A to C or C to A. That's what it says. Okay. Team 2 and 3 are the only teams at stations at E and E respectively at 10 o'clock. So team 2 at 10 o'clock is at E, team 3 is at D. Okay. Team 1 and 3 are the only teams at the station E at 10:30. Okay. So at 10:30, 1 and 3. Okay. Now, team at 9 o'clock, team 3 is at A. At 10 o'clock, it has reached D, and 10:30, it has reached E. So the only possible path is A to C to D to E. So it means at 9:30, it should be at station C. Okay. Then it is going through two stations and reaching A again. So it can go to F, A, B, A, not possible because half an hour, half an hour, half an hour, we got basically. So this is, it is going to be at 10:30, 10:30, then 11:30, then it comes to, okay, so this is 10:30, it will reach at 11, 11:30, 11:30, then it is 12, it is going to reach at B. So what is the other possible outcome? E, okay, so E, A, E, A. That's a possible outcome. Okay. Team 1 and 4 are the only ones at the station B and E at 11:30. Team 1 is at B. Okay. And team 4 is at E. Okay. Now, if team 1 is going to B, then it goes to B, it comes back to A. So, if a team is going to B, then the only path is A to B, then B to A. So if it is coming from B to A, it means it should be at A at 11 a.m. So E to A to B, B to A. This is what we got. Okay, now what is going to happen then? Team 1 and Team 4 are the only teams that patrol the street connecting A and E. So A to E, there are only two teams that are possible, T1 and T4. There is no other team. So T2 and T3 are not possible. They can't go to this via this path. Team 4 never goes to B. It never goes to D. It never goes to F. It means team 4 goes either to C or E. So it goes to AC, AE, AC, AE. No other path. So basically, it is going to, if at 12 a.m., if at 12 o'clock, it is at A, at 11:30, it is E, then before that, it should be A. Okay. Now, A to C, T3 is going from 9 to 9:30. So it means T4 cannot go from A to C. So it must be going from A to E. So A to E, then A. Then it can go to either C or it can go to E. So I don't know it is AE or AC. We'll see for that. Okay, then what else? What else? What else? Okay, and that's it. Okay. So it is E, then A, then B, then A. Okay. So am I missing out on something? Okay. T3, let's read about T3. So T3 is going from A to C to D to E. And I need to fill two values so that it after that it reaches A. So the only two values that are possible is going to be D, C, E. So that is simply going to be D, C. Now T2 is going A to E, and in between there is only one place. So the only possible option is A, F, E. So this should be F. Okay, no other possible option is there. Now it can't go to E to A directly. Okay, so it can't go to E to A directly because only T1 and T4 are going from E to A directly. So it can go to D, then it can go to C, then it can go to A. Okay, doesn't seem a good option because A has to be here. Okay, so from E, what it can do? So it can go to F, E to F, then it can go to A. Okay, then it can go to B. Okay, that is a feasible value. Okay, so F, A, B, then A. Okay, mm, does this look good? Okay, fair point. Now let's look at the first one. It is A, then it is going to E at 10:30 after two values. So it can be A, F, E. No, am I missing out on some number? 2 and E are at 10, E and D. Okay, 1 and 3 are at E. Okay, that is also there, and it is going from D to E. So it can't go to D to E. So it is going to be A to E. Okay. Then it can't go to A to F, it can't go to A to C, it can't go to A to E, so it is definitely going to go to A to B. Okay. Now A to F, okay, A to F, F to E, then E to, it can go to E to F or E to D, it can't go to, okay. So I'm missing out on something. I don't know what I'm missing out, but let's see what is happening. Uh, let's read the questions and get the answer. Which of the following is visited maximum number of times? Which alphabet I can see maximum number of times? So that is going to be F is couple of times. E is going to be, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So which station is visited maximum number of times? That is going to be station E. Got the answer. How many teams pass through station B in one day? Okay. Station B one day. So that is T1 and T2. No other team. Got the answer. So answer of this question is going to be 2. Okay. Which team patrols street connecting D to E at 10:15? Okay. D to E, that must be team 3 because it is at 10 o'clock, it is at D, at 10:30, it is at E. So from 10 to 10:30, it is going from D to E. So that is going to be team 3. Got the answer. Okay. How many times team 4 passes through station E in one day? Okay. Okay. Now it should be, it can't go from A to E because A to E, T1 is going, so it should be A to C. So T4 goes twice from, passes through twice from station E. So that is going to be 2. Now, how many teams passes through station C in a day? Station C. there are going to be only two teams, that is going to be team 3 as well as team 4. So there are two teams that passes through. In this question I am doubtful a little bit. Let's see. Mm, 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 mm. So it is here, team 3 at 10, at 10:30. So it is team 3 is at D, and team 2 is at E, then A, F, E. Then after that, it can go to either, it can go to F, then it can go to A, then it can go to B, it can come back to A. That is a feasible arrangement. Any other arrangement, am I missing out? So that is F. Then after E, it can go to D, then C, then A. That's not possible arrangement. Okay. So something is missing. What is missing? I am not sure what is missing. Now let's see. Let's mark it as 2 and see whether I got it right or got it wrong. So let's mark it as 2. Okay. Now let's see. It says station E 2, 3, 2, and 2. So basically we got all the answers right despite my skepticism, but I got the arrangement right. So basically just make the arrangement, put up the values, think little carefully, and get the answer. So in this question, there might be some cases, there might not be some cases. I don't care about it. Even if I'm making one case, I won't get any answer wrong. And why not? Because if you see, all the answers are definite. And if I'm making, so basically whenever you solve one question and that question has, that set has definite questions. And let's assume it has multiple cases. So the questions are designed in such a way so that whichever case you pick, your answer will not change. So that's the reason I have made one case, and in that case, every value is set, every value satisfies, right? So I am getting my all the answers right. That's the reason I'm getting all the answers right, because there might be multiple cases in this. So anyone has any doubt in this? So if you want to improve to DILR, just join DILR 1000. There are too many questions, too many sets discussed by GP sir and GB. And this. Thank you. Now, tell me, what is the doubt and you want to ask something?